All right, I'm excited. I've got one of my favorite students of all time, Amber Hagberg, with us. She is soon to be graduating from the Yoga Mastermind coaching program. And I have seen this woman, oh my gosh, grow up so much and learn so much about herself during during the course of this program. Amber came in, traveling the world, teaching yoga retreats and teacher trainings and living the dream yoga life in some ways, the yoga teacher life. So, Amber, thanks again for joining us today. Let me just ask you right off the bat, like, what was it about, you have this amazing career where you're traveling around the world. What made you want to do the Yoga Mastermind coaching program and start to develop your presence online?
I was living in Costa Rica and I didn't have the ability to have a solid studio to build that relationship with clients, with students. And so trying to use Instagram, Facebook, and reach people, I needed help. I needed to learn marketing, and it's something I didn't in my yoga teacher training.
Did you at any point have any resistance to learning marketing or kind of the business side of the yoga world?
Yeah, at one point I believed that yoga teachers shouldn't make money. I used to do it, for nothing. I drove 30 minutes to teach a yoga class, get paid $5 and drive 30 minutes. I was so committed to teaching yoga, I didn't care. And then I
Wow.
realized, that the amount of money I've spent on yoga teacher trainings, the amount of time and energy I've spent studying, I had to change that story.
So how were you able to do that? Like what kind of triggered that change? Because listen, I think most yoga teachers go through that period where um, yoga is so healing to us, where we feel so indebted to it that we, in some ways, don't want to have money touch that pure part of our life. It's almost like we put yoga up on a pedestal. And people hear me talk about it all the time that money has no energy, neither does business or marketing. But for you, what helped you make that switch to you felt like it was okay to begin to charge for what you do?
The transformation it gives people in their lives, to not have to go to therapy, to not have to take pills, to find a new way to live.
So basically, the value that yoga is, offering. Well, I guess that you would just basically say the benefits of what yoga provides. It was clear to see, and that goes back to we got doctors and lawyers. I'll stick with doctors across this world who they prescribe medications for the most part. They don't treat the person as a whole. They don't try to create sustainable healing, but of course that's what yoga teachers do. And that's what has made this so exciting for me, the essence of having a signature program, because I wanted you to be able to connect with your students in a deeper, more committed way, to be able to really work with them and help them change their lives. How has that journey been for you? Like, we teach you, and of course, how to figure out your niche. So let's start there. What is your niche right now?
Helping busy women slow down. So people that are tired, exhausted, overwhelmed, that just don't have time for yoga,
Yeah.
teaching them ways to incorporate it into their life. So when they're waiting in line, chanting a mantra in their heads. When they're in traffic and, they have to be to work on time, like knowing they can come back to their breath. So giving tips and tricks to implement it into their lives.
So you created your signature program. First, you figured out your niche and you figured out who it is that you really wanted to serve. How many people do you have in your signature program right now?
I've had 6 graduate and 3 in the programs right now.
Awesome. So how has that transition been for you? Now, I know that there's definitely transitions to learning technology. There's no shortage of yoga teachers with resistance technology across the world. So tell me, like, how has that been? I'm sure that it's been definitely an interesting journey learning the technology, but how do you see that benefiting you as a teacher as you move forward, knowing how to market yourself and having a presence online?
Well, I feel really grateful because when I started this, I was like, of course, I'm always going to do yoga retreats and teacher trainings. But I had no idea that I was going to be locked down for several months and already have had my program going. So I feel really lucky and divine timing that nothing will ever take away like in-person classes. However, the ability that I can still teach yoga and help people in this time when we can't leave our houses, that I can reach people, no, like whether I'm in India and they're in the United States or Germany or Hawaii, that I can still reach my old clients, new clients.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So where are your clients right now? Like what other countries have they been in?
Germany, Hawaii, UK, United States, Canada.
You know Hawaii is not a country, right?
Oh yeah, it's different.
It is. I used to live in Hawaii. It is almost like a different country. So how would you describe your future now? I mean, because you were, of course, working for different yoga retreat companies and different teacher training companies. Now you've really put the power back in your hands because you're the one that's finding the clients. What does the outlook look like for you? I mean, now that you've got an online business and you can do it from anywhere in the world, what do you think the future holds for you?
A lot of freedom and flexibility. That I'm not having to rely on Facebook and Instagram's algorithms or wondering where the next student's coming from, that I have this set up to be able to serve me, whether I'm in India, Bali, or the United States. I have a way to reach people and share my passion.
Thank you. And you bring up a great point because the world has no shortage, of course, of teachers that don't know how to use social media, or they do it and they don't really know what kind of content they should be putting out, and they think they should be posting daily, and it almost becomes this it's a burden because they're having to think about what kind of content to create. And that's why simply we want to show yoga teachers how step by step how to market themselves, so they don't have to have that guesswork. They don't have to guess where their next client's coming from. We wanted to give people the freedom to know how many students that they're going to have each month and how much income they're going to make based upon their marketing plan. So if they carry this out every month, this is how many students and how much revenue they're going to get in return. And we just wanted to ground teachers because we saw them going from one thing to the next. And I've seen that within you. You, of course, you had this amazing opportunity to go to teacher trainings and retreats. But as you said, now really you have the opportunity to grow your own tribe. You're finding them through marketing, and you kind of dictate how the relationship goes, and you're able, of course, again, to do it from anywhere. What's been your biggest challenge during the program? And then what's been your greatest joy through all of this?
I would say the greatest joy is being able to reach students that I connected with in Costa Rica. All of us coming together and some of them being in different places around the world and then connecting and watching them meet their own challenges of being on the screen or being heard. And then I would say challenge. Technology, of course, there was many roadblocks in that, and then not realizing some of the self-doubt that I had and being able to overcome that and knowing how much your mindset matters and what you believe. So you may not know, like me coming in, I didn't realize the blocks that were there. And so slowly unraveling like the yoga practice, I feel like that's what marketing has done for me. It was something I was a little bit resistant to. Like I didn't want to advertise myself. I didn't want to put myself out there.
Yeah.
And so, and then also being like, yeah, I do have something to offer, and putting that into writing and into an offering, it made me get clear. And I didn't ever want to get clear on my messaging because I was teaching acro yoga, paddleboard yoga, handstand yoga, yin yoga. I mean, I taught all the yoga that there was, everything. Yeah. But I didn't, like you were saying, I didn't get a master or anything. And that's when I slowly started to dial into one client. one perfect.
Yeah, and that's again like for a lot of yoga teachers, that's their journey is that they learn all these different styles because again, there's so much to learn within the path of yoga. But the last question I have for you is how has that journey been in terms of because the model that we teach is to have one niche, one perfect client, and one signature program, and to stay rooted in those three things until you hit your income goals, and then start looking at having other offerings. So how has that journey been for you to really like hone in on your niche and your perfect client and have that one signature program? What has that meant for you?
It's been really magical because what I'm finding is when I talk to my students, they're my perfect client. It's like I'm attracting them,
Hmm.
and all of the things that they want is like what I'm offering. And
Hmm.
so when I got clear, it's almost like magnetic.
That's really that's yeah, it's powerful. I mean, there's we truly believe, of course, everything has a frequency, and so when we really hone in on those we want to serve, we're getting on the same energetic level as that person. And also just being on a pragmatic level, when you know who your perfect client is, all of your marketing speaks directly to them. And again, that goes back to most yoga teachers because they don't know their perfect client. They're trying to talk to everybody. So there's not a lot of content that really captures the heart of those that they want to serve because if you don't know who you ultimately want to serve, you're trying to talk to everybody. And so it doesn't really strike a chord or really speak to someone's heart. And so that's, again, all we wanted to do from the beginning was just to help you hone in on your passion of what you love to teach and who you love to serve and then create a program that's step by step. Amber, it has been a joy, truly, watching you grow, going through, because again, we can, when we're growing a business, it's such a mindset game. It really is such a mindset. And we always go back to if you want to grow your business, you have to first grow as a person. And I've seen you grow so much as a person of this program. So it's been an honor having you in the Yoga Mastermind coaching program. Thank you so much for today. And I'm excited for sure to see you blossom as you continue on with this practice.
Yeah, thanks a bunch. I will just say one of my friends said, Amber, I don't know what you've done in the last 5 months, but I see your online presence and it's just amazing to see you grow. So it's being noticed by other people, and I feel really lucky that I took the course.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much again for your time, Amber. I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right.